Today I want to do a quick review of two shelter systems I'm thinking about using to take on my section hike of the AT this spring. This is what I used last year for Georgia and New Jersey, and I also used it on a Boy Scout trip to Canada last year. And it's a Warbonnet Blackbird hammock right here, Warbonnet edge tarp, and a hammock gear top quilt and bottom quilt. The top quilt is, let me get my cheat sheet, is on the other piece of paper. Incubator 20 for the under quilt and a burrow 20 for the over quilt. And nice quilts from Hammock Gear. You know, the quality is real nice. Never had any quilts before, but they're real nice. The suspension system works real well. Really like the quilt. Under quilts are a little tricky. You got to get used to using them, and they shift in the night, and sometimes you have to move them around, but keeps you surprisingly warm in a hammock. I'm a really cold sleeper, so I found this setup to be alright in the high 30s for me in Georgia last spring. In the low 30s I had to wear pretty much all my clothes to stay warm, but it was okay. At the end of the hike one day, last day of the hike, it snowed and was really cold and windy, and I was cold. It wasn't enough, but most people probably won't have that problem with the 20-degree quilts. I mean, they're nice and warm. I just sleep super cold. The one problem I have had every trip out with the hammock and the Warbonnet edge tarp was if it's windy, rain or snow comes up underneath the tarp. Now maybe I could have tried to pitch it better, but you always can't pick where you pitch and set it up and what direction, you know, the tarp's facing when you're in the trees, or what direction the wind's going to come from. In Georgia, snow blew up underneath my tarp and actually in between my hammock and my underquilt, and up, you know, into the netting and everything on the quilt. In New Jersey, the rain blew up and got the quilt wet, the bottom quilt wet, and the same thing happened in Canada. So, now to be, you know, fair, the edge tarp is, I think, one of the smallest tarps that they offer, Warbonnet offers. So it is definitely a smaller, lighter tarp. But you know, on the plus side, I love the tarp for comfort. I mean, the hammock for comfort and for how easy it is to set up. You know, you can pick a site anywhere you want. I hung on the side of a hill. I've hung on top of a ridge line right off the trail. Super convenient for setting up. Super easy. You can camp anywhere you want, and very comfortable. I sleep in it really well. Even though I'm a stomach sleeper, I sleep real well in this hammock. Quick numbers: the edge tarp right here with the stakes is 16.45 ounces. The hammock in its bag is 22.45, and the two quilts, I actually use this pretty heavy, big compression sack to get them all down so I can fit them in my backpack, is 52.85, so it's about 91, 92 ounces altogether for the whole setup. Like I said, I like it. I don't think it's the best for bad weather or cold weather, but the convenience and the comfort are awesome. The system I'm leaning towards for the Smokies in 2 months is this setup over here, which most of it I haven't tried out really yet. Another piece of paper. The tent is a Squall 2, Tarptent Squall 2, which is 36 ounces. I got a Thermarest Exotherm, which is supposed to be crazy warm, a nice 2.5-inch padding, I think. And which I just got the Thermarest. I haven't tried that out at all yet. I've just blown it up, made sure it held air. And the sleeping bag I just got too is a Golite Z10 3-season 10-degree sleeping bag, which is supposed to be, it won some award in Backpacker magazine for warmest sleeping bag in their test. And another nice thing is it comes with its own cotton bag, storage bag, and it comes with a nice little stuffed sack. And the temp, I said, was 36, the pad was 15, and the sleeping bag was 36, and then I got a little piece of Tyvek here to put under the sleeping pad in case I go in the shelter, because in the Smokies you're supposed to use the shelters if you can. And also I was going to put it in the tarp tent, because I don't use a full under, full anything underneath the tent. So actually this setup is slightly lighter. Don't know if I included the, actually they're probably really close. It's 87 for the tent and sleeping bag, and 91, so 4 ounces difference. And to tell you the truth, actually the Tyvek might not be included, so they might be about this, almost exactly the same weight. So those two choices. I tried the tent 2 times on over just one night trips. It only lightly rained on one trip, stayed perfectly dry. It was roomy, easy to set up. I mean, it's a really nice tent, but I don't have 2 weeks worth of experience, which is what I'm going to use it for in the spring, hopefully. And so I'm hoping this setup is just a little bit warmer than the hammock was, especially in bad weather. Hopefully this winter is going to get better, but if it's snowy and cold, I'm hoping this will be a little bit warmer than what the hammock was. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to like the comfort and convenience of the hammock more than the tent. But we'll see, and I'll have to do a report after I get back. Thanks.